I had always believed my marriage to Melissa was solid. We had been together for over a decade, shared a home, and raised a child together. From the outside, everything seemed perfect. But subtle signs over the years, her secretive phone calls, sudden disappearances, and vague explanations had begun to unsettle me. I tried to dismiss them, telling myself it was nothing, but deep down, I sensed that something was wrong. Then, one devastating day, I discovered the truth. Melissa had been hiding a secret child from me. It was a revelation that shook me to my core. The woman I had trusted, loved, and built a life with had not only cheated on me, but had kept the most shocking secret imaginable. Shock, disbelief, and fury coursed through me all at once. My mind raced, realizing that her betrayal wasn't just emotional, it was life-altering. I knew immediately that I needed to act, but I refused to do so impulsively. I needed a plan, a strategy that would ensure she faced the full consequences of her actions. This was not about revenge for drama. It was about reclaiming control and justice. First, I began documenting everything. I gathered messages, emails, and any evidence that confirmed not only the affair, but also the existence of the secret child. Every detail mattered: the timing, the extent of the deception, and her repeated lies. I needed indisputable proof to protect myself legally and socially, and to make sure she could not manipulate the situation. Once I had the evidence, I began planning my nuclear revenge. I decided to expose the truth strategically, in a way that would ensure Melissa could not hide or deny her actions. I informed the child's other parent and involved family members, carefully presenting the evidence I had collected. The shock and panic on their faces were immediate, and the magnitude of her betrayal became undeniable. Then I turned my focus to legal action. I filed for divorce immediately, prioritizing custody arrangements for our child to ensure stability and emotional security. Financial settlements were structured to reflect the full scope of her betrayal, including the emotional and practical consequences of hiding a secret child. Melissa had gambled with trust, family, and honesty, and she lost completely. But my revenge didn't stop at the legal level. I ghosted her entirely. I moved out, took our child, and cut all communication. By disappearing from her life, I delivered the ultimate consequence: absence. Melissa could no longer manipulate, plead, or negotiate. She was left to confront the fallout of her actions alone. In the weeks that followed, I focused on rebuilding a stable and secure environment for my child and myself. Routine, emotional support, and the presence of trusted friends and family became my priorities. Melissa, meanwhile, faced the full weight of her betrayal. Socially, emotionally, and personally, her choices had destroyed her credibility, her reputation, and her influence over my life. The secret child she had tried to hide had become the centerpiece of her exposure and the catalyst for her downfall. Reflecting on the ordeal, I realized that true revenge isn't about shouting, humiliation, or dramatic confrontation. It's about strategy, timing, and reclaiming control. By uncovering her secret, documenting everything meticulously, exposing the deception, filing for divorce, and removing her entirely from my life, I ensured that the consequences were swift, undeniable, and permanent. Melissa had assumed that she could keep her betrayal and her secret child hidden, that she could manipulate our marriage without consequence. She was wrong. The choices she made reshaped our lives, and through deliberate, calculated action, I reclaimed dignity, control, and the ability to build a future free from deception. In the end, this story is one of shocking betrayal, strategic revenge, and personal empowerment. A cheating wife's secret child became the catalyst for decisive action, evidence gathered, legal consequences enforced, and ultimate control reclaimed. Melissa had gambled with trust and lost. The lesson was clear: some betrayals carry consequences so severe that they cannot be ignored, forgiven, or forgotten.